Well, hello and welcome back. So for today's speed sketch, I've been asked to make the impossible. We've been asked to make a snorkel with a shark and a zombie. We've been asked a bunch of different things, and nobody voted because, you know, degeneracy and all that. But too late, you can't vote. Um, so what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and make myself a little set of props for the scene that we're working on, the scene that we just worked on. So let's go ahead and start with a snorkel because it's the thing that I can imagine what it looks like the most. It's the most normal part of this. Actually, you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to remove this and set origin to geometry. Origin to world origin. There we go. Perfect. Now we're back to this. And we're here. All right, 16 might be good enough for me. I think I don't care too much. Maybe we'll do 20 just to be a little fancy. And we'll get going from here. I'll go ahead and scale it up. Make ourselves a nice little snorkel. Should I be working off a reference image? Yes. Let's make a snorkel. I kind of didn't want to use a reference image because I thought I understood what snorkels look like, but I will use one. Oh, they look gross. Snorkels are like kind of disgusting. Like, it's fine if you're a diver and your goal is to like stay alive and go underwater and live your best life. Like, good for you. But snorkels are disgusting. What a weird invention. I'm a snorkel hater. Today I've revealed that I'm a snorkel hater. There's a lot of ingredients like milk, chocolate, condensed milk, and a lot of other things I don't know how to say in English. That's okay. It's cake adjacent. Canceled for hating snorkels. Oh, finally. Finally, I can quit. Oh no, that image is not a JPEG. Okay, let's use this. This is a JPEG. Perfect. So here is my JPEG of a snorkel, and I always run out of time on these segments, so I'm going to pay attention and not run out of time. We're going to go pretty long. Maybe that's long enough. I think that's okay. I'm going to hit apply scale. I'm going to hit smooth, and then we're going to go ahead and just take this guy, pop you down, pop you up, and we're going to do a nice little click, click, click. And now we can do a nice and easy SZ0. We can grab you and you and you and bevel you. We have overlap, which is weird because we have clamped overlap. Why would there be overlap if we're clamping overlap, right? I guess we'll just stick with it. Okay, so we are here. I'm going to go ahead and bevel all this. And that is good enough for my purposes, honestly. Could it be a little bit smoother? Yeah, I think it could be probably a little bit smoother. Let's do that. Before we get too stuck into this process, let's make it a little bit smoother. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pop this guy on up. And now the question is, what are we up to? I need to make a mouthpiece. Man, snorkels are disgusting. They're just super weird. Like, maybe I don't like things in my mouth. I think that's what it is. I really don't like things in my mouth. I have the opposite of like a mouth asphyxiation. Just something weird. Something weird about a snorkel. You like bite down on this thing and it offsets where the end of your throat is. Ugh. I hate it. Oh, I hate it. They're gross. Absolutely disgusting. There we go. And now we can go ahead and offset it like that. And now we can go ahead and pop all of this up. Actually, we're going to pop you up as well. Do a little bit of that. Pop you down just a little bit. And then we're going to go ahead and inset you. Bring you way down. And we're going to delete. And I think that's okay. I'm going to leave it just like that. Okay, so now what we want to do is grab you and you. We're going to bring both of these guys up with a smooth. Increase that smooth a little bit. It's a little low poly for my tastes, but ain't that bad. Looks pretty good, actually. I'm going to go ahead and throw in a loop cut on here. And we're going to bring that loop cut down just a little bit. There we go. So the question is, how are we going to make these little tabs? Well, easy enough. I'm just going to make some tabs. We're going to go ahead and pop in U2 and pop in U2. Inset a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and turn you into a circle. Is anyone here Witcher game fans? I've read a good portion of the books and I like them. Considered getting Witcher 2 games since it's €3 right now, looking for advice. In my experience, The Witcher 3 is like miles better than any of the other ones. If you're into the lore, you're probably good to go. But if you're looking for like gameplay experience and you just want to enjoy yourself, I think you might just want to stop at 3. 2 was all right. It's definitely an older game, and it feels like an older game. Whereas games like, Fallout New Vegas have kind of aged well. Like, obviously they're goofy games and they haven't aged well, but like, they've quote unquote aged well. I think The Witcher 2 is a game that has not aged very well. That doesn't mean it's a bad game. I actually like it, but it's just, I wouldn't play it again. Fallout New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas doesn't receive enough credit. That game really doesn't receive enough credit for what it is. I have Witcher 2, never played it though. That's kind of been my experience with everybody in The Witcher 2, is have not played it. Okay, am I going to say that this is good? This is pretty good. This is pretty good. If you got a problem with this, whew, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so last but not least, we want to go ahead and poke a hole here. So we're going to just delete that. And by that, I mean delete. There we go. And that's a weird looking snorkel. You know what might do it just a little bit better? I'm going to try... Hold on. Go back. I'm going to go ahead and just cut some of these loop cuts out. And we're going to let the subdivision surface do the work for us. I don't think there's any reason that I need to be doing all this. We could probably do it like that. And just let it go. Just let it do what it wants. We're making less geometry by doing this, and it's looking a little bit more natural. Is it a little too curvy? I don't care. Can't be bothered. So, that is not half bad looking. We got a little thing in here that I sort of hate, but hey, it is what it is. What's the worst thing that someone said to you? Wow. That's a great question. I was in a relationship with somebody... How long ago? 7 years ago. I was in a relationship with someone 7 years ago. And I would go over to their house and I would stay the night and I would do things that are normal culturally from where I am. So yeah, it was just like a normal relationship, right? We were just doing whatever we were doing and it was fine and whatever. But they lived with roommates. And in my experience of living with them, um, I would go over to their house and we would work in the mornings, and it was normal, right? It was just kind of how people are. And their roommates were not very nice people. We like butted heads a lot. Um, and at one point, they were playing Call of Duty Zombies in the living room, super super loud. And my partner, um, was like too shy to ask them to stop. So I was like, okay, I'll go do it. Like, whatever. That's fine. I'll go tell them to stop. I'll go tell them to be quiet. You know, whatever. No problem. So I walk out and I'm like, hey guys, can you just turn it down a little bit? Like, we're trying to sleep. We both have work in the morning. And, like, without even blinking, without even thinking, just instantly from the top of their head, the boyfriend, because it was a boyfriend and a girlfriend, the boyfriend looks at me and he goes, stop being such a freeloader. And I look at him like bewildered. I'm like, I'm over here like 2-3 times a week, and I stay like, I show up at like 10 p.m. Like, I don't live here. I have my own house. Like, what? But yeah, he called me a freeloader, and it just really stuck with me. And so he said that, and then I looked at his girlfriend, and I was like, that was weird, wasn't it? And I look at her, and she's just like nodding her head. She's just like, yes, freeloader. Yes, you're a freeloader. And that made me feel really weird. And that stuck with me for a long time. Our relationship ultimately didn't work out. And like, part of that, I think, was how my partner sort of was like trying to be a mediator instead of being like, yo, that was crazy. My partner was very much a mediator and like sort of saw that as like, maybe they had a point. And I was like, no, they definitely didn't have a point. So anyway, yeah, I think that's the meanest thing someone's ever said to me. It's not like mean. It was really out of nowhere. It was one of those things where I could never have predicted somebody would have said that to me. It was so bizarre. It's like, we have work in the morning. You're being loud. Please stop. And they're like, actually, you're the one who's wrong. And here's why. So yeah, that was a weird scenario. It definitely affected me for a little bit. I felt really weird about it, and I like didn't want to go over to that house for a long time. But you know, it is what it is. You could not find The Witcher 3 because you had sexual content filtered. I mean, that's great. That's actually very good for you. Okay, there's some goggles. What I want to do here is I want to grab all of these edges and I want to extrude straight backwards. Just like that. And now what I want to do is delete that. Grab this ring. Stretch it out. Get rid of proportional. Stretch it out. Pop you on over. And I think this is looking all right. Now, how I'm going to get the little rubber piece around it, ooh, I do not know how I'm going to do that. The rubber is kind of scary, and I only have 15 minutes left, so I kind of got to hurry. I kind of got to think about this. Okay, so let's pop in this. Let's add a little bit of smoothness to it. I'm going to pop out. I'm going to kind of make some guesstimations here. It's not heavy-handed in the game, I hope. I don't know what your proclivities are, and that's probably the wrong way to say that word. It is very real. Like, people get naked and just live their best lives. It's not like... I mean, from me, it's not, like, gross, because it feels very real. But it doesn't mean that, like, real sexuality can't be gross. So it kind of depends how you feel about sexuality in general. But I would say it's, like, very real. It doesn't feel like Mass Effect, where it's like, oh, I can't wait to kiss this alien. Like, it feels real. It feels good. Feels weird to say that sexuality in game feels good. I'm gonna take that back. But you know what I mean. There we go. That's the little nib that comes out. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And we're gonna pop this guy out. And I really need to sequence my time because we're gonna run out of time super fast. So let's just call this here. So I'm going to go ahead and just GG those, push them down. We're going to grab, get out of there. We're going to grab you. We're going to push you back, just like that. There we go. Excellent. Be back in a bit. No worries. You do you. I'm going to go ahead and grab the front piece of glass. We're going to separate you as a new piece. We're in the speed sketch. Cool. So we got goggles, which is spelled like that. We got goggle glass. We're going to go ahead and pop in a solidify modifier. Going to add that to a 0.3. It should be negative 0.3 because it goes in. It goes in, though. Sure, that'll work. I might add a subsurface to it. I'm not totally sure yet. Ooh, that's too much. Negative 0.1. Sure, this will work. I'm okay with this. Perfect. There's that. It looks a little weird for sure. Let's add in a subdivision. Subdivision is going to go above the solidify, and it's only going to work by 1. Ooh, that looks good. Aside from that, but we're ignoring that. Is there any way to not have that part of the game experience? Guess it was a better way to word it. I think the answer is yes, but I'm not 100%, to be honest. So I think maybe just take it in your own hands. Let's join these guys together real quick. No, bad. Don't do that. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm freaking out. Let's make an empty real quick because that's going to be the best way for me to do this. Pop that up. Come on, grab you. Pop you up. Pop you up. Okay, you are going to get a mirror modifier added to the empty. Why? What? Empty 01. I see. I messed it up. You get a mirror modifier with empty 01. Starting to panic a little bit. Starting to panic just a little bit, but we're not going to panic. We're okay. We're doing just fine. Nothing to panic about. Boom. There he is. Those are goggles. Done. Cool. So now I hit apply, and I hit apply. Okay. I put the apply after stuff, which makes me think I did it wrong, but I think we'll just have to live with that. And now the question is, let's make ourselves... Simo. Simo, you've cursed me. Simo, you've cursed me. Simo, you've cursed me into this curve lifestyle. Now I have to do curves all the time. Now I have to use curves. All right, here we go. We got a curve. Nice little curve. Nice, super easy little curve. Now we're going to take the curve and we're going to extrude it. We're going to extrude it. We're going to extrude it by that much. And we're going to add a little tiny bit of depth. And we're going to fill caps, which I think doesn't matter because we're going to switch it around anyway. And now we're going to extrude by 0.1. Okay, now we go into edit mode and we grab it and we go like this. And we grab you and we go like this. We grab you and we pop you over here. And this comes closer in here. And there you go. Now you got goggles. the better way to do this would probably be to lower this down just a little bit. So we're going to pop you down just a little bit. And we're going to grab you and bring you back here. Grab you and pull you forward here just a little bit. And we're going to grab that offset and go for it. Cool. Boom. That works. Cool. We got ourselves a nice little setup here. Next up, we're going to copy you because I want you again. And I'm just going to pop you right into here. Okay. We're going fast. We're going extra fast. Get it together. Get it together. Boom. Look at that. Nice and easy. Nothing to even think about. We're going to go ahead and do a right click and a right click. And now I grab you and I pop you up just a little bit. And I grab you and I pop you down and over just a little bit. Actually, I kind of like it cutting in like that. That looks cool. Pop you in, pop you up, pop you closer. No, this'll do. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to grab you and tether you down just a little bit. And we're going to grab you and we're going to tether you up just a little bit. And now we got ourselves some goggles. Done. Whew, okay, that was fast. That was pretty fast. Gotta say, I'm pretty proud of that one. That was real fast. Next. What I want to do here is we're going to do the zombie shark. We're going to go ahead and add ourselves a cube. Scale them up. This happens every time I do a speed sketch. I freak out at the last second. I should be going fast the whole time, and I forget to go fast the whole time, and then we're here. So you get what you get. We're going to throw on a subdivision of 1. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and pop 3 of these guys in here. We're going to grab a smooth, grab you, shrink you down. Just like that. We're going to grab you and pop you back. Sure, that's okay. That'll work for me. And then we're going to do a little bit of a rotation. And we're going to go ahead and just pop that up just a little bit more. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this by grabbing the bottom of it and creasing it. So that looks really good. And then we can grab the ends of this and just do a little bit of bending. So let's bend you back just a little bit. No more of that. Back. Back. Somehow this soundtrack is very fitting right now. I feel super connected to what's happening right now. Okay, so that is a pretty good looking shark fin, if I do say so myself. We're going to add one thing to it. We're going to add one thing very distinctly to it. I cannot read that message right now. I do not have the ability to do so. So I'm going to trust that you got some help on The Witcher. We're going to do a little bit of this. Just that. And then we're going to grab edit. We're going to pop on 2 of these. Bring them close together. Please work. It worked for once. I don't know why it wasn't working on that other one. Something weird must have just happened. And we're going to go ahead and extrude along normals just a little bit. Make you small. Pop you on up. Do this. And if we're feeling real froggy, because I'm feeling froggy today, where are we looking? Curve, Bezier curve, because Simo has cursed me with this terrible, terrible thing. Pop you up. Going fast, going fast, going fast. Going fast. We got this. Grab you. Edit. Down. Welcome back, Mr. Six. You've only missed me freaking out. Not too big of a deal. There we go. Down and around and poke you in and poke you down. We're getting close. We're almost there. Okay, here it is. Now you are a Stitch. It's a Stitch. I wanted to put a little band around this thing, but I don't think I have time, so unfortunately I'm going to have to skip out on that one. So my biggest apologies to all of you. Let's fit to curve. Let's add a curve modifier. What is this? Bezier curve 4. Fit to curve. The curve is Bezier curve 4. We can do that. We can pop it on up. Okay, check this out. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go... what? There it is. Bezier curve 4. Let's apply scale. Let's apply scale. There we go. And we're going to relative offset that by 0.2. That'll do for me. And then we're going to add one more thing, and we're going to add ourselves a shrink wrap, and I'm going to see if this even makes sense. So we're going to call this shark fin. Let's see if this even works. This seems super strange. This is definitely not a thing. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. Okay, so now the question is, how are we going to do this? Well, I'm freaking out. That's what's going to happen here. Do a little bit of that. Bring this guy down just a little bit. Bring this part down just a little bit. Bring it over. Up. Sideways. Oh gosh, freaking out. Freaking out. Okay, and bring you over. Oh man, I don't know if I can do more than that. I think that's what we got to stick with. Any more than this, I'm going to lose my mind. So here we are. That's my best attempt at doing stitches. That's pretty bad looking. Cool. Now we have 3 minutes to put it all together. Okay. Okay. Patience, boy? I don't got patience. What's a speed sketch, man? We ain't got time for patience. Okay, so what we want to do with this guy is pop in a... Please. Pop in that. Pop in a little bit of a wave. Pop in a little bit of a color ramp. Boom. 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 1. It's using Z's. It's going to have a distortion of 5. It's going to have a distortion of 20. It's going to be super rough. Really high density. It's going to be 2 colors with a constant. Color 1 is going to be our beautiful little that guy, and the color 2 is going to be a nice light blue. Maybe we'll go a little bit on the purple side with this guy. Right there. A little bit less on that blue. And we're going to scale that down to 0.5, and we're going to call that it on the snorkel. The goggles. We can call this Cool Pool. That's a cool pool. Obviously, we're going to do Cool Pool. We're going to do black rubber. Let's call you Rubber. Rubber is a dark sort of material, like that. It's got virtually no roughness. It's got low specular. It's got big sheen. Sheen is white. Put it down. Cool. Let's call you Rubber. This guy should also have quite a bit of sheen, and the roughness should be dropped down just a little bit, and the specular should be high. Now, the glass. Glass is easy. It's going to be iridescence with a little bit of a wavy, oily look. So we're going to pop in this guy with a Fresnel and a wave texture. Oh man, we're going fast as lightning now. We're here. And the easiest way to do this is to pick a color you like. I'm going to say purple. And you're going to pick the last color you like, which I'm going to say is probably like this yellowy green. We're going to go to HSV. We're going to go far. And now we're going to plug all that in and go crazy on our wave texture. 10. Scale. 50. Oh, no, it didn't work. Boss fight. This does feel like a boss fight right now. Maybe scale could come down to this. Or maybe instead of scale, distortion could come down to this. Maybe detail? Oh gosh, I'm having trouble. You know what? What we need to do is lower the roughness a lot, make these things really reflective, high sheen, high all of this. Like, they're basically mirrors, right? But now the question is, how are we doing this? Detail, mega high, detail scale, detail roughness up to here. And I kind of want them to go nuts, but I don't know how to make them go nuts, so we're just going to take it like that. And sure, that's our goggles, done. Okay, we're already past our time, so now I got to just go ahead and finish this. So we can go ahead and use our shark material, which isn't going to use the UVs because the UVs are on the back. I actually kind of think that's hilarious. So we're going to do that. And last but not least, we'll do metal. Take a breath. Here's my terrible attempt at making a zombie shark snorkel. And actually, you know what? There's not really a lot of zombie sharkness going into here. So I will just do one little honor. And we're going to make this like neon crazy green. And I'm going to add a little bit of a blood splatter. A little bit of bright blood. Blood. Blood, as the kids say. We'll do that. We'll pop in ourselves a mix RGB. To be fair, I usually give myself a little bit more time than this. It has been exactly 30 minutes, but I usually give myself more time. So I can't say I'm that upset about it, but kind of wish I had done more with this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and up that detail. We're going to lower that dimension down a little bit. We're going to go ahead and do lachronicity to 1 to make it look like blood splatters. And then I'm going to take myself a color ramp and we're going to scooch it on down so we get a lot less of those blood splatters. Hello? Why is it not affecting anything? Why is it doing nothing? Isn't that strange? Let's scale this down a little bit and we'll just... It's just, it doesn't care. There we go, that's a bit better. There we go. There's a zombie shark, whatever thing going on. Oh, I moved it and now we're messed up. Okay, well. We did it, quote unquote. You know what, if we're feeling extra crazy, I'm just gonna pop it onto here. Why not? This is gonna be Cool Pool. We got our Cool Pool setup right here. Pop you up just a little bit, and we'll just go for it. And that is my Cool Pool setup. So this is for the kids that want to pretend that they're zombie sharks in the water. Get out there, kids, and go have a nice swim. Kind of looks like the Invisible Man. I'm done. I'm officially done. This part looks real good. The snorkel is top tier. The rest of it could use a little bit of work. So, cool. That's what I'm going to call it today. Thank you all for joining. It's been nuts, as always. As per the norm, it's been nuts. Tried to post on Discord, but the bots won't let me? What? You posted in the 3D channel? Hold on, let's take a look. Let's take a look at Simo's work real quick. The bots won't let you post on Discord? Somebody did something weird. Can you post it in general? I'll take a look at that. That's very strange. Are you Can you just post a file and don't write anything on it? Maybe a word that you are posting is like flagged for some reason? Isn't that strange? All right, well, for YouTube's sake, I'm going to sign off. We're going to go ahead and double check on Simo's work moving forward, but I'm going to say that's it for the video. So later to YouTube, and I'll hang out with Twitch for just a little bit longer.